Hello everyone, welcome to Ashball, the Actions to Wealth UK Traders analysis for the week commencing the 5th of March. A little bit tricky actually to find anything that I love this week, I've got to be honest. There's a lot on the cards this week. On Monday we have retail sales from Australia. Bring the Forex Factory over here. You can see here we got retail sales on Monday. Let's bring this over. This I don't really anticipate too much reaction to. A little bit of a push to the upside I'm looking for with the Aussie earlier in the week. This is the reason why Australian cash rate on Tuesday. So that's really the big one. That's what this is always about. So looking for the cash rate to be around about 1.5%. And then the rate statement is due out after that. Trade balance from Canada. I am looking for trades in the CAD this week. GDT for a price index from the NZ. Also interesting currency right now. Don't trade this. ADP non-farm employment change on Wednesday. Annual budget release from the UK. This is also something that I'll be looking at this week because I think the UK has got some interesting looking potentials here for trading opportunities and minimum bid rate. But this is the big one again from Thursday from the Euro ECB press conference. We'll come to that with trade ideas in a second. Unemployment claims from the States. And then Friday we finish with manufacturing production, quite an important number there. Unemployment and employment rate from Canada, and non-farm and unemployment rate important data releases from the US. So there are a couple of things I'm looking at. Well, more than a couple, a few things that I'm looking at. So let's have a quick look at the pound first of all. Pound versus the euro is interesting. The pound has been on a bit of a sell-off recently. Now we know that Article 50 is due to be released pretty soon, so due to be triggered pretty soon. So things are a little bit more tricky with the pound. You can see clearly there's this head and shoulders pattern that's been forming over a few months now in this euro pound. Now the reason I think this one's quite interesting, that we had a lot of boost up from the euro last week against quite a few currencies, but the pound suffered quite a lot. And realistically, as we came down here, we created this low, we created this area here. Really, this became a higher low. So it's possible that we're now back to trending to the upside after the sweeping move to the upside from October of 2015. However, this is a distribution pattern, and I am going to pay some respect to this, considering what's going on. Figures from the UK haven't been too bad. We also have a spot that I am watching. So this is the area of interest here, and this is the important point. If the pound gets further selling, and the euro is a possible beneficiary of that, then getting through this level is going to change the idea for me that we are seeing that accumulation pattern, and from that point I think a sell-off in the pound of significance could well be on the card. So the level that we're at right now is very, very important. You can see that we have also this kind of area here, which is just about being penetrated, but if we actually go just that little bit higher, then you can see that touches here. This is the slightly problematic because of how that reacted in there, how price reacted there. But price got rejected as it came up to this specific price in January. So the fact that we are back here now is going to be quite key. You know, what's going to happen at this level? If this level doesn't move forward, then I will be looking in trades to the downside in euro pound. Maybe later in the week, but certainly I'm going to be paying attention to that Thursday ECB press conference and manufacturing production on Friday could be quite key as well. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with this one and see if there are trades on the cards. CAD yen also very interesting. And the reason that I say that about CAD yen is that even though we had a bit of a sell-off recently with CAD yen, we haven't really significantly taken out these lows here. We have taken them out, but not significantly enough. And considering last week's bar, so this hammer here is, as everybody knows, that's my favourite bar to look for in a chart. I find them really simple to spot, and they tend to be powerful indicators of the subsequent move. And the subsequent move here suggests that we get some upside. So that's what I'll be looking at for CAD yen. And considering that the CAD news is effectively out on Tuesday, the trade balance starts for CAD news on Tuesday, and then Friday we have slightly deeper and thicker news. I won't really anticipate too much of a sell-off left in the CAD, even though we can see that the pattern is to the downside. I'd like to see how Monday reacts. I don't anticipate too much activity that would trigger us into a trade on Monday, but I'll be looking at this specific level here, and if that level can get taken out by Tuesday, quite probably, then for me I would be looking for trades again with the CAD to the upside. And the yen has been a little bit under pressure recently, also getting a formation of an inverted head and shoulders pattern here. So we get this left shoulder here. There's the head and the right shoulder, and the neckline is going to be slanted. Lower right shoulder doesn't fill us with too much confidence, but I like where we're sitting. I like the fact that this area got rejected significantly, forming that hammer. We get this line taken out, then I'll be looking for buying opportunities in the CAD yen. So they are two that I'm interested in looking at. The Aussie, as I was mentioning, is quite interesting. The Aussie Swissy is really the one that I was most interested in. The Aussie Swissy really has been in a sell-off, but you can see that the pressure is still to the upside, and even though there is this area down here that looks like it could provide some support, I don't really anticipate that going straight through. It may, and if that happens, then I will certainly be looking for trades to the downside. But I think trades to the upside would still be where the smart money goes. This area of support held out just about qualifies as a hammer. I'd look at that as a potential for some buying in this area initially. When we look at the 4-hour, then it does kind of change the picture slightly. That's the area that I would expect initially that price would start to find some more pressure. So if we can take this particular area out, looks like around about the spot 76, 77 area, then I think some buying would come back into this particular currency pair, and I'll be looking for something around about this level here, just to go try and get back up again. That would start to form a left shoulder head area, and then possibly some sort of right shoulder. So selling would possibly ensue, but I wouldn't be looking for selling until we get that line. I wouldn't be looking at buying until we get just above that line. So they're the three that I'm looking at this week. And as the week progresses, things may well change. If we consider news, as I said, Aussie retail sales Monday. I don't think that much significance, but I would anticipate some buying on Monday. And then Tuesday, the statement, that's going to be of interest because that will move this market one way or the other. If we're here by Tuesday, I would suspect maybe a drop down. If we're just slightly above it, then I would just anticipate just a move back to the upside and then some selling. But I'd quite like to see it up here Tuesday, and if it's at that level of resistance, then I think some selling could come back into play. And then obviously CAD trade balance, as I mentioned. ADP non-farm on Wednesday. Thursday, we see that ECB press conference, so that's going to be very important to watch, plus some unemployment claims from the United States. And then Friday, manufacturing production from the UK, not forgetting the budget, yearly budget statement as well from the UK on Wednesday, and CAD employment and non-farm employment on Friday. So few currencies to watch, but certainly keep my eye on the euro, the Aussie, the CAD, the pound, and the dollar most closely. Thanks very much for listening. Have a great week and trade successfully.